Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Ogre cast. I am Ogre, and I will be your host for this game of Starcraft 2 between Caesar and Decimate. And Caesar is actually me. I That's my name for my account. Kind of wish I had an account that was Ogre, but what are you gonna do? Um, Anyways, I wasn't going to actually cast this game, except I'm kind of testing it out. My microphone on my laptop, which I use to actually cast these games, seems to be pretty echoey and bad quality. So I'm trying on this headset, and the problem with the headset is that I think it might be too sensitive and kind of like catch my breathing and kind of stupid things like that. So I'm just gonna try this one and see how it goes, and maybe if I get better sound quality off recording off of this microphone, then that's what I'm going to do from now on. Um, let's see. For now, we just got, of course, gateways up for both of these Protoss. He's got a probe in my base. Looks like he's got it running around pretty good. I'm getting my assimilator up, and he's getting his assimilator up. So far, pretty much identical, except I've got two more probes than him. Of course, he's been microing his probe around a bit, so that kind of makes you lose concentration. You can fall behind. I got my cyber core coming out, and gateway, and looks to me like he has built his cyber core and gateway a little later than me. He's still only got his one assimilator up, just now putting his assimilator down. So looks like my build is a little bit faster than his. I'm pulling my probe back. His probe is making his way back to his base, so looks like he's done with scouting. He knows that I'm going to gate and cyber core. He is not worried about a zealot rush or anything like that, although he is walled off against such a rush. Now, I chose not to do the wall off because I find that, in a Protoss versus Protoss, just having the sentry there to block any kind of, early zealot aggression is enough. I have not actually scouted his base, so I really don't know what he's doing, where he's at. I'm just focusing on my macro play, and as you can see, it's resulted in a 6 probe advantage. He doesn't even have more units than me, really. He's got 100 more, I guess one extra zealot on me. I've got my observer out. Let's take a look. He's just starting to build his observer. So yeah, sending my observer out. Now I'm just gonna go on the faster speed. I like to speed it up at the start of the game. Looks like I'm just putting down my expansion here. His army has really taken a jump to 975, whereas mine's staying at 550. I'm opting to get, because I have my observer here, I know that he's kind of holed up in his base for now, so I opted to get my Nexus, although I am producing an Immortal. I know that he's 4 gating, and Immortals just are really good at holding off the early Stalkers and Zealots and things like that. They can just take a ton of damage, and I find, like, when I have a Sentry and I can block off... He sneaks in an Observer here. I don't even notice that until later on in the game. But yeah, he's moving out. I'm not really overly aware of it. In the production tab, I've got another Immortal coming in my Nexus. He has not expanded quite yet, and looks like my probe advantage is now 32 to 23. So that is going to be a significant income advantage as well. 780 to 680. Well, yeah, it's kind of getting up there in the income advantage. He's pushing out here. I've got a decent force here. Because of my 2 sentries, I'm fairly confident that I can hold off long enough. I have the advantage of being able to warp in units. Well, he's got to, I guess bring his unit. Oh, he's going to build a pylon here, but he's got to bring his units in from a bit of a further point away, so I can reinforce a lot faster than him. I have the advantage of the high ground. I'm not too worried, although I can't see that he's holed up right there. I just know that his army has moved out. So I'm just warping in units. I'm getting as many immortals as I can to deal with his stalkers and zealots and things like that. I'm building another observer actually to I guess because I'm aware that I can't watch what he's doing in the middle of the map if I want to keep my observer over at his front base. Now. At this point, I have pumped out quite a lot of units. The army sizes are exactly even, but I do have the higher ground here. He's keeping my immortals at bay a bit, but they are pumping away at the zealots. I managed to keep his stalkers and sentries way at the bottom there. He's even got a probe kind of sitting down around there. I have my observer here. I think I managed to spot and destroy his observer. He makes a tactical retreat. All my immortals are still at full health, so I kind of push over and see if I can pop off a couple of these sentries, but no, he manages to put up a force field there, and I don't want to chase him too much. I can reinforce here. My income advantage is really still up there. Like, the harvester count is 39 to 23, and I think that's really going to give me a significant advantage as the time goes on here. I think I'm still pumping out. No, I've just got the 3 immortals right now. He's going to pick off 3 of my zealots, although I think I managed to go down there and pick off one of his. So if you look at the army tab, my army is actually smaller than his. Just kind of catching up a little bit there. I do have another immortal, just chrono boosting that back in here. And like how they get bunched, these guys, his entire army has real trouble trying to push into my front base. I am just focusing on getting a few more probes down there, teching towards Colossus right now. Yeah, just decided to build a couple more cannons. He is doing nothing besides warping in with his 4 warp gate and reinforcing this army here, and he's just going nowhere with it. I mean, he could attack these back rocks and really do a lot of damage through my back door there, but he's kind of stuck at this front entrance, and that's really getting him into trouble this game. The army size, I have an army advantage because the gas. I find the gas heavy units probably count for more than just the mineral heavy units, so I would consider my army advantage to be significant. Like, and I'm at 94 to 74. The units, I'm at 44 probes to his 24. He has not continued to produce probes. He is just getting up in expansion now. He has spent so much effort just in his micro of the army at the front base here that I've managed to really put a damper on his macro play. This immortal is going to get powered down, but again, I'm able to continually warp in units. Still good on the money side of things. I'm spending pretty well. He's a bit high on money as well, but he is just not mining enough. It's 1100 over 700 for the income advantage. I've got my Colossus now, which is that's exactly what I need. If I can get another one boosted out, they're just going to obliterate his army. So this range upgrade, I've been kind of chrono boosting that as well. I've already got weapons level 1. He just wanted to scout that front. Yeah, the Colossus here, he notices the Colossus is going to do some serious damage, so he backs away there. I'm just continually getting guys. Look at the income advantage, 48 harvesters to 25. He's really going to wish that he'd been producing more harvesters, because his nexus is up and he has nobody to Maynard over to his expansion there. He could have 2 mining expansions going at this point and catch up, but I have double his income because he has not saturated that. Up to 2 colossi. The army size for me is 2850, and now for him is 2000. Look at, I mean, I've got so many tech structures. I've just gotten up my 7 warp gates now, and those 7 warp gates are against his 5. He's got 2 stargates coming. kind of interesting tech switch, I guess, because he saw the Colossi. He kind of wants to get something that's going to counter that, I think, and he doesn't really want to go just mass Stalker against Colossi because that does not end up working out so well. So now I can start pumping out with my 7 warp gates. As you can see, it really helps me keep on top of my macro to have so many warp gates. Putting down a Twilight Council for that Zealot charge, and eventually I do tend to go towards Temps if I get into the late game. But just with these Colossi and this massive army, the Stalkers are just going to get eaten away. There is absolutely nothing that he can do against 3 Colossi and my superior force. He did get a Phoenix up to counter the Colossi, but if you take a look at the army size there, in production I've got 7 units warping in at a time. He's only got 5 warp gates, and his 2 Stargates aren't. I mean, I have so many Stalkers that his Phoenix are not going to be able to take down my Colossi. They're not going to be able to get close. So let's just take a look. I haven't started Zealot charge quite yet. What do I have in the production? I'm just constantly producing some Stalkers and a sentry or 2. But I think this is the time where I push in, and it's really not even going to be close. He does do a drop actually at my back door, and managed to take out just about my entire economy with this with that warp prism. But at this point, my army is so big, I'm going to be able to completely obliterate what he's got in his base. My Colossi can just walk up and in there and completely destroy everything. I'm not too concerned. He GG's, and I could really walk back 2 Colossi and take care of that, no problem. But anyways, so we have kind of a nice little chat, and that will be the end of that. He just leaves from there. So okay, well, hopefully this microphone gives me a little bit better sound quality for my future ones, but I'm gonna have to format this and see how it goes. Thanks for listening.